new Middlebelt group, Middlebelt guards, ask all representatives of the zone in northern groups to step down, says that they won't exist from Nigeria. The press release is coming after careful deliberations with all states in the Middlebelt region. Following Middlebelters, fellow Middlebelters, we commiserate with you all over the long-lasting episodes of insecurity and displacement from your homes. For decades, a situation that is seemingly not having a clue and is still without glimpses of hope to ending. Before we go any further, let us observe a minute of silence for the repose of the souls of our loved ones massacred across our peace-loving, innocent people. We assert that they continue to rest with the Lord till meet to part no more. We met in several occasions with all the states of the region within the present setting of the country called Nigeria, which include the Gobir people from Sokoto and Zamfara State, the Zuru people from Kebbi State, a lot of others, and the people of FCT Abuja, Niger State, Kwara State, Kogi, Benue, Nasarawa, Plateau, Taraba, Adamawa, Borno, Yobe, Gombe, and Bauchi. These comprise of the Middle Belt of Nigeria, who are known to be minority tribes in the country, all by dialogues, and we reach this consensus. More awareness is still being created in order to acquaint every citizen with the new development. Today we are recounting on a statement made by the Sardauna of Sokoto, Sir Amadu Bello, on the 12th of October 1960, which rendered us as willing tools to the Northerners and will never be allowed to have control over our future. A move towards such dimensions will meet ruthless opposition. Fellow Middlebelters, we have come a long way to meet the reality of this statement that even our unborn generations are scared of coming into existence simply because we excused it to manifest in us. Fellow Middlebelters, it is no longer story to mention the ordeals we have passed through in our father's land. We are going to take them topically. We have observed in line the statement aforementioned that the reality of the statement dawned on us and is scary on our elites of all our past and present to conceal it as our fate. May I say emphatically that it was so then till yesterday, but today as we read this press statement, the scenario is different. First of all, any stakeholders, forum, association, institutions that exist and represent the Middlebelt region are hereby informed of the new development as an intervention measure against the past experiences. The Middlebelt guards have come on board. Fellow Middlebelters, we have been answering part of northern Nigeria. Today we denounce anything that has to do with the north and enclave to our sole identity as Middlebelters. Whether Nigeria continue to exist as one entity or not, by this statement, any of our people having any form of alliance or post of responsibility that represent the Middlebelt in the northern formation is null and void henceforth. So basically, you're basically trying to divorce them. I mean, it's again with history. I mean, the history of the North, well, Fulanis basically trying to spread across West Africa. It may be hard because the Middle Belt is basically where the southern and the northern people meet, and especially with the Yorubas and the Fulani sort of mixing in some sort of way. Of course, there are some differences, but it's like a gray area. It's a murky line of a mix of two tribes. So I'm not really sure how that is going to work. I think the disassociation of the northern state. I hope people translate it as more of a, how do you call it, as a body. They treat the north as an entity, like a business, like an organization, not necessarily taking it too seriously, because again, if we separate, it may just, there are people who are going to have dual citizenships. You cannot just force people to be from one side or the other, because again, a lot of people there are intermarriages. People have, you know, there are interrelations between different tribes and their kids, their children. There's a whole population that has been birthed out of such mixing. So you can't necessarily make this too personal. I think that at first the whole message started as, as very much formal in terms of the Middle Belt disassociating itself from the northern, from the northern formation as like an entity, like a body, reading along now, it seems very much personal. And I'm like, okay, fine, you are having like an official divorce, which obviously is their prerogative, but the translation should not be mixed. And now I don't know, it may be that the Middle Belt also want to have the country of their own, or they can just decide that they will just choose and we get dual citizenship. Again, if we separate, it will. I've said this before. There are some people that, or some Nigerians that may still have beef, and again, it will take everyone to, get used to it. If we do separate, if let's say someone in Igbo land is beefing someone in Yoruba land, or mainly would actually even be, Igbos and Yorubas having little beef or clashes with Northerners if we separate, because then they'd be like, oh, you betrayed us, you tried to leave, all that, and we might get to a conversation, which is obviously counterproductive. But again, whatever happens, fixing Nigeria itself, whether by separating or moving as one, is going to be hectic and will cause a lot of conflict. That is what it is. Someone else says, you are not yet serious, as you are not even bold enough to write your names. You remain willing tools in the hands of the caliphate, and you will never have control over your future until you gain the boldness to fight for your freedom. Remember that nobody gives you freedom, you must fight to earn it. It's not really that, they're just really disassociating themselves, and I guess, I don't know why they have to put their names, they don't have to. And I mean, putting your names and having that identity, where does that help? Because again, not that it's not good, but look at the case of Nnamdi Kanu and Igboho. I think the Middle Belt should just go as the Middle Belt. If they want anything, they're doing it as the Middle Belt. There should never really be one sole person that is seen as the face or as the savior for that region. Because, yeah, you make yourself an easy target. You make yourself too open. You make yourself too accessible to this kind of government. And, that is just where it ends at. Put what you think about this in the comment section below. Do not forget to like and subscribe.